Hello, everybody. This is Lisa.
And this is Joe.
And welcome to your cheap date for July 15, 2006. That's Cheap Date, the show that asks the question,
how do I know you really signed this birthday card? We're going to tell the story about Lisa's birthday with her parents.
I just stamped it, really. I have a signature stamp because I send out so very many birthday cards.
Last week was Lisa's birthday. And we should thank
10 days ago now.
Right. We should thank everyone.
And thank everyone for the birthday wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And for the suggestions for Joe.
And man, you're getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went down to the previous weekend. Can
I talk about my age crisis just real briefly?
I'm sorry.
I turned 27 on the 4th, and that's the age my Joe's rolling his eyes. That's the age my mom was when I was born. I was her oldest. I am her oldest.
Older, actually. It's just you and your brother.
That's true.
Comparative to older.
Okay, should we rewind for this?
Nope.
No editing, right?
That's just the English major and me coming out.
Okay. I am the older of...
You want to know what else an English major says? You want fries with that? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, she began having children when she was 27, and since I, of course, model after my mom, just naturally, I always thought that by 27, I would be like an adult.
Imagine that.
And here I am. Still 19 on the inside.
You know what, though? That's one of the things I love about you, baby.
You know what? I mean, your early 20s is such a growth spurt that I think I feel like from 25 to 27, I haven't grown as much as I did, say, between like 22 and 24. But
you've been through a lot between 25 and 27.
I know. The thing is, when I really seriously look back at it, I think, oh, you know what? I'm doing okay. I'm a long way ahead of where I was.
Yeah.
2 years ago this week. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You've got fans. I've
got a podcast.
You've got an awesome condo with a brand new air conditioner. Well, let's go back to a couple weeks ago when we went down to help your parents move into their new house.
Yes. So anyway, before the crisis began, we went down to help my parents move into their new house, which is fabulous.
I'm sorry, did I just give the short shrift to your crisis? Are you okay now, honey? Do you need a little something?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
A little something, like what?
I don't know.
Like some wrinkle cream?
Some Geritol?
What's your suggestion?
I made daiquiris for us tonight, so that's a good start. These are, by the way, the classic Hemingway daiquiris, which is lime juice, simple syrup.
Hemingway seems too manly to drink daiquiris.
That's what he drank,
but
though.
But these aren't those slushy pink things you get.
Nope. Lime juice, white rum. I bought a bottle of Barbancourt White Rum this time. And usually I prefer 10 cane, but the 10 cane stuff costs like good. 4 times more. And ice and simple syrup. And that's it. Shake it up. You got yourself a little daiquiri. Classic daiquiri. Mm-hmm. So maybe that'll help you with your crisis.
We should talk about classic margaritas sometime too, because boy, you have to drink a gallon of it at like a fast food like a casual restaurant. But you make one the right way, one will knock you over.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do that for our video cast, our real video cast. We'll make some drinkies.
That's a great idea.
There you go. Anyway, Your birthday.
You tell the story.
We go down to Indiana to help Lisa's folks move into their new house, which is a very cool brand new house. Mm-hmm. Custom built.
They're totally
awesome.
Pumped about it.
They designed it the whole shot. They're very excited. We go down there, spend the entire day Saturday helping them move in, and then was it Saturday night or was it Sunday?
It was Saturday at lunch, actually.
Saturday at lunchtime. Oh, that's right, at the old house. Mm-hmm. We're sitting around eating lunch.
We needed cake.
So we had cake. From Marsh.
So we decided right then and there to celebrate my birthday.
Those of you in Indiana,
go Marsh.
Marsh. Then, so we had the cake, and then Lisa got her card. And it was a wonderful, was it to a loving daughter or whatever? To a beloved daughter?
Actually, it was, yes, to our daughter from your parents.
So there's no
in case
mistake.
there was any confusion. And then, yes, it had something very sweet inside.
In terms of a gift? Or in
well,
terms
yes,
of, well,
but
yeah.
something very sweet on the inside.
So then it was written, then it said, written in your mother's handwriting, love, Mom and Dad.
Now, let's stop right here. I would like to do an informal poll of our listeners. How many people, when you get a card from your parents or your grandparents, is it signed love both in one handwriting? I'm seeing 99% of hands going up. Mm-hmm. The only people who don't do that as a general rule are kids.
Right.
Because their signatures are very personal.
So Lisa's card says love, Mom and Dad.
And then under Dad, in pencil, CS.
He initialed it.
My dad initialed his signature.
Well, I didn't want you to think that, I didn't wish you happy birthday.
So I look at it, and I see this little blob down by Dad, and I look at it closer. Dad, did you initial this? Well, yeah.
My name's Kurt, and I approve this card.
Mom went ahead and signed it for both of us, and I didn't want you to think that I didn't. I don't know.
It was hilarious.
As though I would think anything of the sort.
Dad, maybe you really didn't wish me a happy birthday because it was in Mom's handwriting.
Well, then I wanted to quiz him on various items in the card. What type of things do I do all year long? A, boneheaded. B, thoughtful. C, adorable.
D, orange.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So then after that, we got them moved into the new house, and then the next morning, your mom wanted to make breakfast for us. And of course, since the stove wasn't hooked up and whatnot.
Yeah, nothing was hooked up.
We offered to go over to McDonald's.
Right.
And in classic family style, Lisa's family style, you heard it here first, folks.
My dad wanted half an Egg McMuffin. Of course, you can't order it that way. He was trying to talk my mom into splitting one.
I really only want half. And then you and your mom start yelling at him.
Well, come on. They're only, like 3 inches across? Well, he ended up eating the whole one, and he was glad he did. He was hungrier than he thought.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So that kicked off the festivities for Lisa's birthday fest.
Oh, well, and remember then we went to McDonald's, and I initialed the receipt when we brought back change.
That's right. But
I haven't heard anything about that.
Sure. Shorter initials underneath the total. Mm-hmm. Here's the change. Here you go. All right, so your birthday fest kicked off.
So if you're ever wondering why I'm so psychotic, now you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or funny or quirky.
We got to come up with some stories about your mom now.
Oh, boy.
And then after that, we can come after my parents. I would also like to thank, for those of you who haven't heard, I'd like to thank Aaron and Jenny of The Big Show for having us on their show.
Oh,
After Lisa's birthday on the 4th of July, we got on a plane. The kids and I got on a plane. And we went out to visit my sister who lives out in Scottsdale. And we took a little side trip last Friday night to head over to Queen Creek, Arizona, where the home of Aaron and Jenny.
And Joe was a guest host on The Big Show.
Or as Emma referred to them at one point, Jenny and Craig. She goes, no, wait, I mean... And then Rebecca just started laughing and wouldn't stop. So
Jenny and Craig.
Yeah. Fellow podcasters, we love you all. Okay, so moving on. We were in Arizona, and that was a blast. It was very humid down there last week. It was strange.
And not as hot as usual?
Mm-mm. Well, it was in the 80s, and then all of a sudden, last Thursday or something, got up into the hundreds, so that was cool. But we spent a lot of time in the pool and just had a good time overall. So it was a good time. Good times, people.
Good. So, what are we talking about today?
I also wanted to thank everyone for the comments on our little experimental video cast that we put out last week.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun shooting it. And yes, we realized the shots were fast and everything kind of went,
you know
but it was an experiment.
Joe literally shot that in like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
all the footage, brought it home, strung it together in like an hour?
Right.
I mean, which sounds like a lot of time for something like that, but I think to really do it the way you and I had envisioned it would have taken all day.
Well, it would have taken a while because we would have wanted to get shots of like people like at the parade, and
we would have had to drive all over town to get 2 and 3 second shots of things.
Right.
All the places that are mentioned. So, I mean, it was just an experiment.
And it was a good proof of concept, so it shows that we can do it, and it shows that it worked. So
yes,
perhaps when we do a drink show or something like that, it'll be an actual... We'll put... Your production values will be higher, we promise.
Yes.
And we won't have a song like
although
the one
the on-screen talent might be...
that's okay. What else did we want to talk about before we get into this? Oh, little article in the paper today. McDonald's drops the hot and spicy McChicken sandwich. Do we care?
How many? Well, I know somebody cares. How many times have you told me that the spicy chicken sucks?
Several times.
I mean, you only ordered it once.
I only had it that one time.
But boy, you have
Oddly
never
enough,
forgotten it.
Yeah.
Okay, so adios to the hot and spicy McChicken.
Okay, and just as a recap, did you have a fun birthday? I
Heck
talked
yes.
about your on the big show. They heard all about your birthday, so...
Oh, well, then you'll have to listen to the big show.
That's right.
I had a great birthday. It was amazing.
Yeah? Get anything good? That's the daiquiri talking, little girl.
Yeah, I had a great time. We played mini golf. We went to the pool. We watched fireworks in a parade.
Mm-hmm.
I got a sunburn.
Saw a smiley face firework.
Saw all kinds of great fireworks.
Mm-hmm. It's very cool.
It was awesome. And yes, I did. I always shy away from talking about presents, but yes, I received some lovely things.
Yay.
And a cake that wasn't red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm. We made sure of it. It was a pink cake. It was pink.
It was adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lovely time.
Joe, party of 2, your table is ready.
Okay, so where are we at today, darling?
Today we are at Pepe's.
Pepe's.
We walked to Pepe's.
That's true. In
only-
honor of our healthy kick.
Yeah.
Well, we ride our bikes to get big salads with blue cheese and pancetta.
Jogged to McDonald's.
And we skateboarded to...
Oh, yeah, right. How far is Pepe's?
Pepe's is about 3 blocks from here. 4. Okay, 5.
Is it half a mile?
About a half a mile.
About half a mile. Okay. So we got a decent little walk. Doesn't offset the carne asada and the chips and salsa and the enchilada suiza and the flautas and the rice and the beans and the margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
But
now, Pepe's, we should point
we
out...
can both drink because we don't have to drive home.
That's true. We walked. All we had to do was make sure that we crossed the street with the light, and we were fine.
You know what? We didn't do that much.
Now, Pepe's is a chain. We've had requests to do chain restaurants on our show. They're all over the Chicago area, and a bunch of them are in Indiana as well.
Mm-hmm. There's one in Frankfurt.
That's right.
Which is saying something.
That's true.
Not a lot in Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm. Except the Hot Dog Fest.
Oh, jeez. Let's not start with that.
So anyway, we decided we were going to walk over to Pepe's for a good Mexican dinner.
And it was great. What did you have?
I had one of the combinations.
Oh, do you want me to look it up? I have the menu in front of me.
Okay.
I'm at pepes.com.
Okay. It's a fine website.
Combinaciones.
Yes. My combination consisted of the... Let's see if you can figure it out from my description. It was a taco. I had a steak taco.
And an enchilada suiza?
Nope.
Oh, I remember
Don't
now.
Just slow down.
It
Get your
doesn't
hand,
matter.
get your finger off the button. Young lady. I know Kung Fu.
Oh, don't start that.
All right. It was a chicken. No, it was a steak taco.
Mm-hmm.
It was a chicken tostada.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pork tamale with rice and frijoles and a dollop of sour cream. Oh. Which combination was that?
Piñata.
Piñata. That was the piñata combination.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And how was it?
It was excellent.
I like your chicken, beef, and pork trio there.
Yes, what did you refer to it as?
A happy family.
With egg roll. Mmm.
They don't upcharge for steak at Pepe's, incidentally.
Actually, they used to, or maybe it was a different Pepe's where they did.
Oh, it's possible.
Sometimes they do. But anyway, the thing about Pepe's is that the decor, it's got sort of like, fake stucco walls. Well, I guess it's not fake stucco, but it's like stucco walls and sort of roundish doorways, and it's got that sort of that kitschy Mexican restaurant kind of feel to it. But it's a great place. It's a great place to take kids. I had that combination. You had the thing that I wanted to order, which
I had
was
the special, and I don't think it's on the menu, but it is
the carne asada tan pequeña.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh man, it was like 18 inches of flank steak, smothered in.
Was it cut against the grain, as Emerald says?
I don't really understand that cutting thing. I mean, it wasn't cut. I cut it.
Well, I mean, when it was filleted, it was...
I don't really understand that. Anyway, it was a huge skirt steak with kind of a smoky salsa. That sounds weird to put salsa on steak, but it was it had enough of like chipotle in it that it worked really well with the beef. Just heavenly. And then that came with either like a taco or a little enchilada, so I got a little enchilada. And, of course, beans and rice. It was
Wasn't
good.
there cheese on it as well? Wasn't there some sort of cheese infusion?
No, the cheese was on the enchilada suiza.
Okay.
Which I got with chicken. The great thing about the flank... One problem with Mexican, if you're watching these things, and I hate to bring it up, but I can't not bring it up. If you're watching your carbs, Mexican is... terrible. Mexican is like impossible.
Oh, yeah.
So the great thing about the carne asada was I got a lot of food without having like a million tortillas, as usually is the case. Because I like burritos, I like, a lot of rice, a lot of beans.
All your carbs.
A lot of veggies and a big thick flour tortilla. But I gotta stay away from all that stuff. So the steak was really good.
Now, I'm not a huge fan of skirt steak, but there's something about the way they cook it which was just really, really good.
Well, I ordered it medium rare, and it came fairly rare.
Yes, I noticed that.
It was just this side of safe. But yeah, that salsa I thought added a lot to it. So anyway, not rocket science food we're talking about here.
Just good, solid Mexican food.
Just good. Pepe's is good. I mean, Pepe's is one of those restaurants, at least our Pepe's, you just don't have to think about it. You go in there, you order what looks good, you relax, you have a margarita. It's just, when I want to go out to eat and I don't want it to be like a lot of work.
Right.
Pepe's comes to mind.
And if you're in the mood for some Mexican food but you don't want to go to like a real Mexican place...
Maybe that's it.
Or if you're like feeling a step above, say, Chipotle or Baja Fresh.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about this Pepe's is that on the sign, you can request ahead of time that they put something up on the sign. There was a sign honoring a couple of OBGYNs for delivering their babies. They were honoring that the night that we were there.
25 years of on-time delivery. It was cute.
Very cute. Now, we talked about everything except what we started off with. The margaritas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. You and I have had some good margaritas. And I think the best I've ever had were made right in my kitchen.
Oh, that's true.
They were so good that I don't remember the recipe. If you catch my drift.
I'm sitting on Lisa's couch. Here, how's this one? Oh, pretty good. Hold on, I got another one for you. Here, try this one. Okay, that's pretty good. Wait, I'm going to make one more change. Here, try this one. Huh?
And then I hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
We learned in Mexico.
And then you lost it. Dude.
And then we walked over and got Thai food.
Oh, yeah, you didn't feel so well. You didn't feel so well.
A classic margarita doesn't have a bunch of stuff in it. It has tequila, Cointreau, and just a squeeze or just a splash of lime juice.
Right.
So it's pretty strong, but it's very smooth. The Cointreau is sweet, and it really smooths out tequila. Anyway, the Pepe's margaritas, they get the job done.
They do.
They're okay.
So with dinner and the drinks and everything like that, our whole bill was like...
It was like $50.
Yeah. So...
I mean, with the tip and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the... Well, you know what? I gotta say, my entree was a lot. My entree was like $16.95.
Mm-hmm. My combination wasn't that. My combination was just like...
No, it was like $9 or $10.
Right.
So if you want to go over there and just stick with... And you know what? I knew that was going to be dangerous because there was no price listed for what I ordered. But if you want to go over there and get a burrito or even just a steak off the menu or...
Or order yourself a dang quesadilla.
A dang quesadilla.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
We've had that. We had the queso fundido there, which was really good.
Oh, yeah, man.
We've had that in the past.
It's also worth mentioning that Pepe's is like my parents' favorite restaurant.
That's true. So
I said they have one in Frankfurt.
That's right.
So
then
it is by default their favorite restaurant. It's the only one in Frankfurt.
It's either that or the McDonald's with the 3-inch Egg McMuffins.
Let's not go down that road.
So that's Pepe's restaurant, which is... We need an address.
That's Pepe's at 5153 New Wilkie Road in Rolling Meadows.
It's awfully considerate of you to think of me here, and I'm most obliged to you for making it clear that I'm not here. And I never knew the moon could be so big, and I never knew the moon could be so blue, and I'm grateful that you threw away my old shoes and brought me here instead dressed in red. And I'm wondering who could be writing this song.
Thank you, Sid. That's in honor of Sid Barrett, who passed away last week. One of the founding members and inspiration for Pink Floyd.
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
That's right. Did you know that when Pink Floyd were recording their very first album... I'm sorry, the Pink Floyd were recording their very first album...
English major.
No, that's what they were referred to back then.
I know. And then they dropped the...
Piper at the Gates of Dawn. They were recording it at the same time as another band was recording what many consider to be their masterpiece in the studio right next door.
Wait, let me guess. The Beatles' Revolver.
No. Close. The album after Revolver.
Sgt. Pepper's.
Mm-hmm. The Beatles were recording Sgt. Pepper's while Pink Floyd was recording their very first album. Pretty weird, huh?
Kind of a handoff there. The psychedelic handoff.
Could be.
Not quite. The Beatles were to carry the baton one more lap.
Well, they had a couple more laps in them. The Beatles did.
After
Sgt. Pepper, yeah, but I mean, things started. Started getting a little right.
That's what I'm saying. Is that's about the time they handed it over, and Pink Floyd took it to where it was going to go next.
Do we have anything else to report to these fine people?
I think that's about it.
We covered your birthday. We covered your dad's initials. We covered...
Really, it's been... I mean, the last week or so, you were out of town a good chunk of the time. And we've been so busy. And I've been cooking more, kind of.
That's true. Tell us about what you were cooking. What you cooked last week that you were really proud of.
Last week I got really fired up because I heard on the radio that today's pork chops are as lean as boneless, skinless chicken breast. Mm-hmm. And it's true. You can go to theotherwhitemeat.com and learn all about it. Today's pork is as lean as chicken. And I like chicken, but I haven't had pork chops in years, so I picked some up. They were also cheaper than chicken, I think. And I was very proud of my pork chop work.
Tell us how you prepared them. This was ingenious.
There's a pork processor in Frankfurt that's known for pork burgers, which sounds gross, but they're really wonderful.
They're awesome. And
they make a dry rub, a seasoning, really. I mean, just like a seasoned salt, designed specially for pork burgers. That is, the perfect seasoning for pork. Just really brings out the porkiness. And they've spent 30 years getting it right on pork. It's not one of those all-purpose things.
Like Lowry's or Mrs. Dash.
Like Lowry, right.
Yeah.
Right. So all I did was sprinkle the pork chops with some of that and throw them on the grill.
Well, you made them twice. You threw them on the grill and they were awesome. You also threw them on the George Foreman.
The first time I did, the first time I didn't have the shoops, so I put some poultry rub on them because I think poultry is probably more similar to pork than beef is.
Mm-hmm.
And George Foremaned them. I'll tell you what, you can't mess something up on the George Foreman,
You
especially
can't.
if you're using a meat thermometer. It heats to the perfect temperature. It's not going to burn your meat. It's also not going to be too cool so that it takes too long to cook and all the juice comes out.
It's not going to scorch the way a flame would on a grill.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't, right. Sometimes you'll get your grill a little too hot and you'll burn the outside of the meat before the inside gets cooked. Not going to happen on George Foreman.
George.
But the real trick, and I avoided this for a long, long time, but the real trick to grilling is the meat thermometer. I mean, say what you will, and I've read this in Esquire, and I've never believed it. I've always thought a real cook can judge by the look or the feel of the meat. Why? Just get a meat thermometer. Or, I mean, not a meat thermometer, but like a digital thermometer.
Yeah. No, a meat thermometer.
Joe has an awesome one that's like a grilling fork that does a readout.
Right. You turn it on, you stick it in there. It gives you the reading from wherever you stick it in.
And I have one. You have to take the little safety cover off the prongs, though, or it reads about 30 degrees low.
Oops.
Notice that didn't stop me from serving you the pork that I thought was only
I
heated to
noticed that.
120
Thanks.
degrees.
I'm
It
still
was
here.
it was at the safe level.
I know.
And I have a more traditional one with just like one spear in it. I love it. You just watch when it's 150, you take it off. Done. No
screwing around.
No poking at it and
cutting into it and saying, "Does this look done?"
Yeah.
Well, cool.
No throwing it back in the microwave for 2 more minutes. None of that. So,
Well, good.
the other thing I made, I just want to say real quick, is awesome blueberry muffins made with plain yogurt rather than buttermilk.
Actually, I'm thinking maybe for our video podcast, maybe we should have you making these. Lisa's in my kitchen making this, and she goes, "Here, you have to taste this batter." And she takes a fork, and and this quote unquote batter for these muffins is like standing up, and I'm like, dude, and I taste it, and it was like cake batter. This was not your Duncan Hines muffin mix.
I've never had muffins like this.
Oh.
I thought I had done them wrong because they were so different. The batter came out tasting like a biscuit, like a buttermilk biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
Not as sweet as a cookie, but
or like as sweet as a donut, eh?
But a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
And I think I might add a little vanilla next time. I would actually like the dough to be sweeter. And real fresh blueberries, big hunks of blueberry.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so yeah, we're thinking about adding some recipes to the show. Let us know what you think about that. Let us know what your favorite recipes are. Let us know where you like to eat, where you hate to eat, what you like to drink, how you make your drinks.
If you'd like to call us to the table, let us know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Comments, questions, anything. You name it.
All that info, deep thoughts, shallow thoughts, comments and questions to dish@cheapdateshow.com.
Or you can leave a comment on our blog, which is at cheapdateshow.com.
That's the fun way to do it.
Yeah, because then other people can see it.
Other people comment on your comments.
Exactly. And thank you, everyone, thank you again for all the notes that you sent. We got some hilarious emails this week. I know you've seen some of them. We always do.
We always do. Our listeners are awesome.
That's right. So thanks again for listening, everybody. What will we do?
The same thing we do every week.
We'll talk to them next time?
Yep.
Okay. See you next time, folks.
Bye.
This podcast is proudly listed at podcastpickle.com.
What's your name, man?
Helmut Krokenberger. Here.
You can read it. That's me. Helmet?
Helmut.
That's your name?
Yeah.
That's a tough name to be naming your kid. Helmet. See, because in English, a helmet would be like, you know, like something you wear on your head, you know? A helmet. In English, that'd be like calling your kid lampshade, something like that. Hey, lampshade, come here and clean up your room.
So, what's your name?
Yo-Yo.
Was?
Yo-Yo. It's my name.
Dat is ook een naam.
What?
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo. It's, dat is een Spielzeug für Kinder, weißt du?
It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's my name. Yo-Yo.
It's a toy for Yo-Yo.
Ain't got nothing to do with that, man.
Okay. Your name Yo-Yo, my name Helmut. Yo-Yo, Helmut. It's good.
Helmut.